The animal kingdom is full of strange creatures. Some animals are beautiful, some are terrifying, and some are so unbelievable that their abilities sound like pure science fiction. Imagine a shrimp that punches faster than a bullet, or a microscopic creature that can survive the vacuum of space. What about an insect that fires boiling chemicals like a tiny cannon? These facts might sound exaggerated, but every single one of them is real. Nature has been running experiments for millions of years, and sometimes the results are absolutely incredible. Today, we're going to explore animals with abilities that seem impossible, animals that break the rules of physics, animals that confuse scientists, and animals that prove that nature is far stranger than we imagine. Mantis shrimp. The mantis shrimp is one of the most powerful hunters in the ocean. And the strange thing is, it's not even very big. Most mantis shrimp are only around 10 to 18 centimeters long. But inside that small body is one of the fastest biological weapons on Earth. The mantis shrimp has specialized front limbs that act like powerful clubs. When it attacks, it strikes with unbelievable speed. The punch reaches speeds of 80 kilometers per hour. That is faster than a .22 caliber bullet. The acceleration is also extreme. In fact, the strike is one of the fastest movements ever recorded in the animal kingdom. But the impact creates something even more incredible. When a shrimp punches the water, the speed causes a physical phenomenon called cavitation. Tiny bubbles form in the water, and then they collapse instantly. When those bubbles collapse, they release energy in the form of heat and light. For a brief moment, the temperature inside the collapsing bubble can reach thousands of degrees. Some scientists estimate temperatures close to 4,000 degrees Celsius. That is almost as hot as the surface of the sun. So when a mantis shrimp punches its prey, the prey experiences two attacks. First comes the physical punch. Then comes the shock wave created by the collapsing cavitation bubble. Even if the initial punch misses, the shock wave can still stun or kill the prey. This makes mantis shrimp extremely effective hunters. Their punches are so powerful that they can easily break crab shells. Snails are shattered instantly. And sometimes mantis shrimp have even cracked aquarium glass. Because of this, many aquariums refuse to keep them. Staff members sometimes call them thumb splitters. If one strikes a human finger, it can cause serious injury. But the mantis shrimp also has another extraordinary feature. Its vision. Human eyes have 3 types of color receptors. These receptors allow us to see red, green, and blue light. Mantis shrimp have 12 different types of color receptors. Some species even have 16. They can detect ultraviolet light. They can detect polarized light. And they can process visual information in ways humans cannot even imagine. Scientists believe mantis shrimp might see colors that humans literally cannot perceive. In other words, their world might look completely different from ours. Tardigrade. If there is one animal that could survive the end of the world, it might be the tardigrade. Tardigrades are microscopic animals. They are usually less than 1 millimeter long. You could place several of them on the head of a pin. Despite their tiny size, they have an adorable appearance. They have 8 legs, a round body, and tiny claw-like feet. Because of their shape, scientists sometimes call them water bears. But what makes tardigrades famous is not their appearance. It is their incredible durability. Tardigrades can survive some of the harshest conditions imaginable. They can survive extreme heat. Some species survive temperatures above 150 degrees Celsius. They can survive extreme cold. Scientists have frozen tardigrades at temperatures close to absolute zero, yet they still came back to life. Tardigrades can survive massive radiation levels. In fact, they can tolerate radiation doses that would kill humans instantly. They can survive intense pressure, and they can survive the complete vacuum of space. In 2007, scientists conducted a famous experiment. They sent tardigrades into space. The tiny animals were placed outside a spacecraft. They were exposed to cosmic radiation. They experienced the vacuum of space, and many of them survived. After returning to Earth, they resumed normal life. Some even reproduced. How is this possible? The secret is a process called cryptobiosis. When conditions become dangerous, tardigrades enter a suspended state. Their bodies lose almost all water. Their metabolism drops to almost zero. They curl up into a tiny dry ball called a ton. In this state, they are basically paused in time. Years can pass, even decades. But when water returns, they absorb moisture and wake up. They continue living as if nothing happened. Some tardigrades have survived in cryptobiosis for over 30 years. Pistol shrimp. The pistol shrimp is another tiny creature with unbelievable power. This shrimp is famous for its oversized claw. One claw grows extremely large. The other remains normal. The large claw works like a biological pistol. When the shrimp snaps the claw shut, it creates a powerful jet of water. The jet moves so fast that it forms a cavitation bubble, just like with the mantis shrimp. When this bubble collapses, it releases energy. The collapse produces a loud snapping sound. The sound can reach 210 decibels. That is louder than a gunshot. The shockwave is powerful enough to stun nearby fish. Sometimes it can even kill small animals instantly. The collapsing bubble also produces a flash of light. This effect is called sonoluminescence. For a fraction of a second, the temperature inside the bubble reaches thousands of degrees. All of this is created by a shrimp snapping its claw. Groups of pistol shrimp can be extremely loud. In fact, large colonies create so much noise that they can interfere with sonar equipment used by submarines. During World War II, military sonar operators sometimes struggled to detect enemy submarines in areas full of pistol shrimp. The constant snapping sounds created a natural underwater noise barrier. Axelottle. The axolotl is one of the strangest amphibians on Earth. It looks like a permanent baby. Feathery gills stick out from the sides of its head. Its face looks almost like it is smiling. But the axolotl has a very unusual life cycle. Most amphibians start life as larvae in water. Then they transform into adults that live on land. This transformation is called metamorphosis. Axolotls do something different. They never complete metamorphosis. Instead, they remain in their larval form their entire lives. This condition is called neoteny. They stay aquatic. They keep their external gills, and yet they can reproduce normally. But the axolotl is famous for something even more incredible: regeneration. If an axolotl loses a leg, it grows back. If it loses a tail, it grows back. If part of the spine is damaged, it regenerates. Even parts of the heart can regenerate. Scientists have even observed axolotls regrowing parts of their brain. This ability has fascinated researchers for decades. Understanding how axolotls regenerate tissue could one day help humans heal injuries. Researchers hope to learn how to stimulate regeneration in human cells, which could transform medicine. Octopus. Octopuses are among the most intelligent animals in the ocean, and they're incredibly strange. An octopus has around 500 million neurons. That is similar to the number found in a dog. But their nervous system is organized very differently. More than half of those neurons are located in the arms. Each arm can perform complex actions independently. In a sense, each arm has its own mini-brain. This allows octopuses to solve complex problems. They can open jars. They can navigate mazes. And they're famous escape artists. Some octopuses have escaped their aquariums at night. They crawl across the floor, visit nearby tanks, eat the fish, and then return to their own tank before morning. Keepers sometimes discover empty fish tanks and have no idea what happened until security cameras reveal the octopus adventure. Their bodies are extremely flexible. Because they have no bones, they can squeeze through tiny openings. If their beak fits through a hole, the rest of their body can follow. Their skin can also change color and texture. In a fraction of a second, an octopus can mimic rocks, sand, coral, or seaweed. This camouflage ability makes them extremely difficult to detect. Bombardier beetle. The bombardier beetle has one of the most dramatic defense systems in the insect world. When threatened, this beetle performs a chemical explosion. Inside its body are two chambers containing different chemicals. When the beetle senses danger, the chemicals mix together. The reaction produces heat and pressure. The temperature quickly rises to 100 degrees Celsius. That is the boiling point of water. The beetle then fires the boiling chemical mixture from the tip of its abdomen. The spray shoots toward the predator. It comes out with a loud popping sound, and the beetle can aim the spray with surprising accuracy. Predators that attempt to eat a bombardier beetle quickly regret it. The hot chemical blast can irritate eyes and sensitive tissues. Even frogs sometimes spit the beetle back out. The beetle can fire several bursts in rapid succession, like a tiny chemical machine gun. Lyrebird. The lyrebird is one of the most talented mimics in nature. These birds live in Australia. They are known for their incredible vocal abilities. Lyrebirds can perfectly imitate the calls of many other birds, but they can also imitate completely different sounds. Chainsaws, camera shottivs, car alarms, human voices. In one famous recording, a lyrebird was heard imitating the sound of a camera taking photos. The bird had learned the sound from tourists visiting the forest. Another recording captured a lyrebird mimicking logging equipment. Chainsaws, engines, even falling trees. The logging operations had stopped years earlier, but the bird still remembered the sounds and continued performing them during its mating display. Male lyrebirds use these sounds to impress females. The more complex the performance, the more attractive the male becomes. So in some forests, a male lyrebird may perform a concert of sounds. Bird calls, mechanical noises, and strange echoes from the human world, all perfectly reproduced by a single bird. Ultra. Nature is full of incredible surprises. A shrimp that punches faster than a bullet. A microscopic animal that can survive space. A beetle that fires boiling chemicals. A bird that imitates chainsaws. The deeper scientists explore the natural world, the more strange discoveries they make. Because the truth is simple. Reality is often far stranger than fiction, and the animal kingdom is full of abilities that sound impossible until you realize they're completely real.